Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, Wooden Railway Adventures, Episode 257, One is the Loneliest Engine. The next morning, Sir Topham Hatt finally told the engines about the railway's biggest secret, and, as Toby had predicted, it did not go over well. Diesel 10 is back on Sodor, and you're letting him stay? Sir, I can't possibly see how this is a good idea. You can't expect us to put up with that. He's the definition of evil. Just wait until a steam engine disappears, and we'll know who to blame. With all due respect, sir, I'm sure it would make the rest of us feel a lot safer if he wasn't here. Don't you remember all of the terrible things he's done in the past? Settle down, everyone. I understand your surprise, and my initial reaction was the same as yours. But as Toby and Boko pointed out to me yesterday, oh, so this is Toby's doing, huh? I guess we finally figured out why he went to the mainland. Everyone, please. Diesel 10 is looking for sanctuary, and Sodor is that place for now. Apparently, things on the mainland have deteriorated in recent years, and now even the diesels are not safe from the changing times. Diesel 10 will be confined to the diesel works, and he will have no chance to escape, believe me. But the steam engines were still unhappy. I never doubt your judgment, sir, but on this one, I can't say that I agree. And that's all right, Gordon, but at the end of the day, I'm in charge here, and what I say goes. You don't need to like the situation, but you will abide by my rules. Is everyone clear? Well, yes, except Thomas, I think. He's already off on his first train of the day. Oh, bother. Guess I'll have to go look for him. Meanwhile, the railway's #1 engine was at Elsbridge Station, completely unaware of what was going on. Hey, Thomas, have you heard the news? Oh, you don't have to tell me again. I know some of the engines aren't happy, but I think it's nice. After all, it was going to happen eventually. Yes, I suppose you're right. I'm still a bit shocked and confused. Oh, I think it's time for me to leave. We'll talk later. Thomas was surprised. Why would Daisy be shocked at Bertie's new look? We all knew he was going to get repaired eventually. Just then, the guard's whistle blew and Thomas was off. He didn't get very far before he spotted something extremely concerning. You two, he gasped. Splatter and Dodge, lounging in my sheds? What do you think you're doing? Ah, there you are, Thomas. Don't be alarmed. I have some explaining to do. What is there to explain? These are Diesel 10's minions. Just imagine if he was on the railway right now. Winston smirked. Well, here's the thing. A few minutes later, Thomas had been brought up to speed, and he was not happy. Diesel 10 doesn't deserve anything from us, sir. He's a traitor, a coward, a disgraceful, disgusting, despicable excuse for a... Just like I told the other engines, you don't have to agree with my decision, but you must respect it. Come on out of there, you two. I'm going to have you impounded at the diesel works with your friend. That was a close one. Maybe we should have hidden in the back of the shed so that nobody could see us. Ooh, good idea. We should try that next time. Next time? There won't be a next time. Get your greasy wheels off my branch line. And speaking of which, what were you doing all the way out here? Oh, you know, just enjoying the scenery. And the farms. Oink, oink. That's the sound a pig makes. Thomas rolled his eyes. You two are ridiculous. I hope you know what you're doing, sir. That night, Percy and Toby rolled into Farquhar's sheds. Thomas was still upset. After all these years, after the constant conflicts and everything we've been through, Diesel 10 gets a free stay on the island of Sodor. I can't believe it. I'm not too happy about this either, Thomas. It's unnerving knowing he's here and can watch us whenever he wants. Sir Topham Hatt has assured us that Diesel 10 will not be going anywhere, insisted Toby. If you don't want to see him, then don't visit the Diesel Works. Great. You've got Diesel, Diesel 10, Splatter and Dodge, and Airy and Bert under one roof at Vickerstown. Surely nothing will go wrong there. I can't believe you brought them here, Toby. That's a major breach of trust, in my opinion. They were in trouble, Thomas, and Sodor was the only option. You wouldn't turn a steam engine away with their kind of history. Why should a diesel be treated any different? We are not in competition with them anymore. They face a very uncertain future just like us. I think it's time we made friends with them so that we can all be really useful together. Thomas laughed. I will not be making friends with Diesel 10, thank you very much. There's something very fishy about all of this. Percy sniffed around. You're right, Thomas. Those diesels left their stinky oil in our sheds. That's why it smells so bad. The next morning, Thomas was still in a bad mood. Get your trucks out of here, Thomas. All platforms will be in use today. These aren't my trucks. I didn't put them here. Well, they need to be moved, and I'm telling you to do just that. Or give them back to those diesel engines that came through here yesterday. Wait, Splatter and Dodge put these here? What were they doing snooping around Elsbridge? They're on to something. I just know it. Hey, Thomas, those diesels said we'd get a nice reward if we bumped you off the track. Care to tell us why we shouldn't do it? Because I'll bump you back, that's why. And I want no tricks while we're on Gordon's Hill. But it was too late. Suddenly the truck surged forward and Thomas flew down the line. Back at the shed, Sir Topham Hatt was faced with yet another problem. What's the matter, everyone? The trains are departing in just a couple of minutes. Show a wheel, James. You've got coaches to pull. Why don't you have Diesel 10 do it? He needs some work, after all. Is this why you're not moving from the sheds? Simply because I let Diesel 10 onto the railway? It's a slippery slope, sir, said Duck. This railway is a functioning enterprise, not a residence for retiring diesels. We all pull our own weight around here, and they should too. I have made my decision, and that is final. And if you all won't pull your trains today, I will find some engines that will. Gordon looked quite indignant. I will not pull my express until Diesel 10 is gone, he said firmly. It's not your express, Gordon. It's the express, and any engine can pull it. I suggest you all shape up before... Suddenly, Thomas veered around the bend, went flying across the turntable, and smashed into Sir Topham Hatt's house. Cinders and ashes, cried Henry. What a terrible crash! Thomas was very upset. Those silly diesels, Splatter and Dodge, this is all their fault. If they hadn't oiled down the tracks, my wheels wouldn't have slipped and I could have controlled the train. Edward shook his head. They've only been here one day, and they've already taken down Thomas and Sir Topham Hatt's house. This isn't good. Sir Topham Hatt gazed sadly at his residence. Fortunately, Lady Hatt wasn't home, but Topham Mansion was a complete loss. I will not repeat myself, he said quietly. Either you pull your trains like you're supposed to, or I will find some engines who will. The choice is yours. The engines decided it was wise not to argue any further and quickly left. Looks like you're headed to the works, Thomas. I can tell this is going to be a lengthy stay. I don't think I've ever seen you so torn up before. Victor and Kevin will take care of you, though. But the railway sure is going to be different without its #1 engine around.